What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich. It's the video that all you guys have been waiting for. I know you want to hear me review the Merseyside derby between Liverpool and Everton, where Liverpool came out 1-0 winners. I know you want to hear me talk about City's 4-1 win over Portvale, or maybe not. And I know you want to hear me talk about Tottenham's 1-1 draw against Middlesbrough. Those were the three games that I actually saw the whole match. The others I saw bits and pieces. I was just browsing through because I do have access to the FA Cup through ESPN Plus. Guys, I spent money, a lot of money to watch these games. So when you see me making my videos, just click the thumbs up button and leave a comment and just say, yo man, this guy's out here doing his thing. NBC Sports Gold, I got it. ESPN Plus, I got it. You name it, where I could access matches, I got it. So the FA Cup third round, guys. FA Cup third round, the round that the Premier League teams enter in. I made a prediction video. Not a lot of people saw it, but maybe 2,000 plus people watched it. I'm satisfied with that. I put a lot of effort into that video. I added graphics and stuff like that, so you guys could go check it out because there's quite a few replays that gotta happen, and that video will remain relevant for some more days. That's exactly why I put time into it, because I know it'll be relevant for about 2.5 weeks. So guys, what I want to do, I want to react to my predictions for these games and see how many I got right, how many I got wrong, and then I'll talk about the Man City Portvale match, the Liverpool Everton, and the Middlesbrough Tottenham Hotspur. So guys, grab a cup of your favorite beverage, grab a snack, and just relax because we're gonna be here for a while. This video is for the people who actually want to sit down and watch something meaningful, okay? So if you're not here for something meaningful and something informative and fun, just, you could slide out. Just slide out, you know what I'm saying? So Bristol City 1, Shrewsbury 1. My prediction for that, I predicted Bristol City to win, but I said whether it goes into a replay or not. Guys, for these games, I won't be getting too much into detail. When I meet a match where I could elaborate on a bit, I will, but otherwise, I'm just gonna move on. So for this one, it's a replay, so I'll have to come back and talk about that after the replays are done with. Then we got Birmingham 2, Blackburn 1. My prediction, Blackburn, so I got that one wrong. So I'm gonna put an X right here. Not a good start, not a good start. Rochdale 1, Newcastle 1, my prediction, and Newcastle win. This one will go into replay, so I could still get that one right. Then the next match, Rotherham 2, Hull City 3. I got that one correctly. Hull City won that match, so that's a nice big check for me. That's a point for me. Let's just say that. So first one right, I already got one wrong. 2 go into replay. Millwall 3, Newport County 0. For that one, I did predict Millwall to defeat Newport County, and that's a big check again for your boy. Next up, Burnley 4, Peterborough 2. I did predict a giant kill it here for League One Peterborough, but Burnley, they did the business, and I should have given them more credit for the fact that they played at their home stadium, Turf Moor. Pretty hard to play over there. Very windy conditions, you know what I'm saying? Burnley are the only team that knows how to play in those conditions very, very well. So Burnley, I got that one wrong. Burnley move on. Preston 2, Norwich 4. My prediction, a Norwich City win, so bam. Yes, feel good about that one. And I'm happy for Norwich. They needed that boost in their confidence, that boost in morale. Then we have Brighton 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Guys, I did predict a win for Brighton, so props to Sheffield Wednesday. And it would be nice to see them in the Premier League next season, so we could see the Steel City derby, Sheffield Wednesday versus Sheffield United. That'll be a hell of a match because we know Sheffield United don't play around. So Brighton out of the FA Cup, and it might be a good thing for them so they can focus on surviving the drop this season in the Premier League. Next up, we have Cardiff 2, Carlisle 2, and I predicted a win for Championship Cardiff, but the League 2 team, Carlisle, they did well. They did well, and they were actually on the road. They traveled to Wales. I think Carlisle is not in Wales, so they traveled to Wales where Cardiff is in Wales, and they picked up a 2-2 draw to force a replay. So shout outs to Carlisle, man. You guys did good. Southampton 2, Huddersfield 2. I did predict Huddersfield to defeat Southampton, so I got that one dead wrong, man. Oh, man. I'm getting more wrong than I'm getting them right, but I'll get a few right. You just wait. I'll get a few right. So Reading 2, Blackpool 2. I did predict a win for Reading, but the League One team, they picked up a draw on the road to force a replay. So good stuff. They'll be in their backyard for the replay, so you know what I mean, they have the advantage. So that one goes into a replay as well. Watford 3, Tranmere 3. I did predict a win for Watford, but Nigel Pearson's team give up a 3-0 lead and allow Tranmere to get back into the game with the help of VAR. They're one of the non-Premier League teams to benefit from the VAR usage, and I will talk a bit about that in tomorrow morning's vlog. I don't want to give it away too much. I just want to run through these fixtures. In the vlog, I'll discuss things a bit more. I'll elaborate some more in the vlog. Next up, Fulham 2, Aston Villa 1. I did predict a win for Fulham, so yeah, feel real good about that. That was a good call. You gotta, guys, come on. Give me a round of applause for predicting these ones right. But for the ones that I predict wrong, come on. I was only having fun. You knew that. I said that in the video. I gave you a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Then Oxford 4, non-league Hartlepool 1. Hartlepool. There could be a pool cup, a pool cup. Liverpool, Blackpool, Hartlepool. If you know of any other pool teams, just let me know in the comment section down below. None can come to my head right about now. There has to be at least one more. So if you know another one, let me know down below. So Oxford 4, Hartlepool 1. I did predict Oxford to defeat Hartlepool. Next up, Brentford 1, Stoke City 0. I predicted a win for Brentford as well. So that's looking good. Things are looking good for your boy here. Things are on the up. Then, I got this one wrong. Bournemouth 4, Luton Town 0. I predicted an upset for Luton Town, who are dead last in the championship right now. And, Bournemouth did the business. And I do think that Dominic Solanke finally scored a goal for Bournemouth in this game. Yes, he scored in the 82nd minute. The former Liverpool youngster has broken his duck. So let's give Dominic Solanke a big round of applause, man. Big round of applause to Dominic Solanke. My namesake, Dominic Solanke. So big stuff. And Callum Wilson also scored. So shout outs to Callum Wilson getting his groove back there. Philip Billing with a brace. Oh man. Guys, that's rare. That's very, very rare. Rare as a dodo bird. So Philip Billing back in 2 goals. This is unheard of. But it's the FA Cup. It's the FA Cup. Things like this do happen in the FA Cup. But Luton Town, you let me down big time. Let me just say that. You let me down. Wolves 0, Man United 0. I predicted a win for Man United, but Wolves push them. And, they pick up a draw to force a replay that will be hosted by United at Old Trafford. I'm happy because guess what? Wolves defeated us. United defeated us in the Premier League, and I'm talking about Man City here. So I want them to get an extra fixture for your ass, okay? Good. You know what team I wish got an extra fixture? Take a guess. It's right here. Liverpool. And there's people who actually see this and say, why you have up a Liverpool scarf? Guys, you don't really see that. It's a Champions League scarf. Someone went to Ukraine, someone from my job, a Ukrainian from my job. They went there and I told them to bring me back something. They picked up a scarf and I'm very, very grateful for it. This is from Kiev, Ukraine. Okay, so Show some respect. Put some respect on the freaking scarf, okay? Come on. Put some respect on the scarf. Up next, Fleetwood 1, Portsmouth 2. I did predict a win for Fleetwood, so sorry Portsmouth. Sorry, but you were once a really good team. Guys, remember when Portsmouth had all those big players? Whatever happened? Whatever happened? Whatever happened? They had a financial meltdown, right? Didn't they? Then we have Man City 4, Portvale 1. I'll get back to that one after I run through these other fixtures. Leicester 2, Wigan Athletic 0. I did predict a win for Leicester. Of course, come on, I wasn't going to predict Leicester to lose. They're in damn good form right now, and I made the right choice. Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 0. I predicted a win for Chelsea as well. Come on, like, you gotta be smart here. So I'm getting more right than I'm getting them wrong. So give me my props, okay? The boys' predictions are pretty much on point here. Charlton 0, West Brom 1. I did predict a win for West Brom as well. So whoo-hoo! Middlesbrough 1, Tottenham 1. Well, I did say I was going to talk about that game. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Sheffield 2, Filled 1. Non-league Filled 1. And guys, fun fact. I had it for tomorrow, but I'll throw it in right now. Filled became the first non-league team to experience the usage of VAR. Props to Filled. They made a match of it. They scored one late, and they brought the game to a tense finish. For Sheffield, it was nice to see Ravel Morrison starting his third game for the club. He did start 2 EFL fixtures. I didn't really realize that. I did some research and I found out he started some EFL fixtures early on. And then Jack Radwell, he also started. He's a midfielder, but he played at the back. So big win for Sheffield, man. They bolstered their squad. And who knows, maybe we could expect some more of these type of signings, these weird signings, you know, for the remainder of the January transfer window. But that's smart business, man. If you ask me, that is smart business. Brought him in on a free, gratis. They brought him in. So Filled, man, shout outs to Filled. They tried their best. I don't know if I'm saying it right, whether it's filed or filled, but guess what? Hear this. Sheffield United. Combined 11. This is crazy. You know, QPR 5, Swansea 1. And guess who I predicted to win this match, guys? QPR. I don't know if you could, yes, you could see it right there. QPR, Swansea. Oh, you see the check there? Ooh, proof. And guys, you know, show some respect for the penmanship as well. I did my research. This thing took a long time. I don't know where I got the patience, but it took me a very, very, very long time to go through all these things and did the research and then the graphics and the predictions. Man, I'm telling you, I put in the work. So I got that one correct. Burton 2, Northampton 4. This one I remember I did not get it right. So sorry, Northampton. You proved me wrong and you will move on to the 4th round. Guys, the 4th round draw will actually be tomorrow, Monday, the 6th of January. So I might be back with a video. I will be back with a video reacting to that draw later on in the evening when I get home from work. Bristol Rovers 2, Coventry 2. My prediction, it's on this piece of paper. I predicted Coventry. So let me see if Coventry came from behind to... Yes, Coventry did come from behind. They went 1-0 down, then they equalized, and then they went 2-1 down, and then an own goal give them the equalizer. So Coventry push it to their home stadium where they will play the replay, where they will, host the replay. So good stuff, man. Coventry, you keep me in the game there. I would have gotten that one wrong. So the next match is the Crystal Palace Derby County fixture. Derby won that 1 goal to 0. I could remember that match. It didn't load us yet, but I could remember that game. So good stuff. Wayne Rooney featured in this game. I also talk about that tomorrow because it's a championship team defeating a Premier League team. Luka Milivojevic was sent off in this game. So it's a good thing that Crystal Palace got knocked out. They don't need to focus on this competition. Focus on staying up or getting a Europa League spot. So I actually predicted Derby County to win this game. It's right here. You see that? Derby County. I predicted it correctly. Woohoo! So next up we have Crewe versus Barnsley. Crewe 1, Barnsley 3. I predicted a win for Barnsley. Then we have Gillingham versus West Ham, guys. West Ham 2, Gillingham 0. I predicted an upset for Gillingham. Guys, you know why I did this? I actually got mixed up with Gillingham and Rochdale, to be completely honest, because Rochdale was a team that almost beat Man United and pushed the game to penalties in the EFL Cup. If I'm not mistaken, it was Rochdale. So I got mixed up, and no excuses anyways. Good job, West Ham. David Moyes, 2-2. Moyes is back with a vengeance. Then tomorrow we have Arsenal versus Leeds. I don't know why they put that game tomorrow. They could have just played it today, but maybe because of congestion in London. Who knows? So Arsenal, I'm predicting them to win this game. Now, guys, let's talk about the games I actually saw. Let's start with Middlesbrough versus Tottenham Hotspur. Ashley Fletcher scored in the 50th minute. Lucas Moura with a thumping header equalizing the 61st. Spurs 61st. Spurs forced a replay. I thought they were going to lose. I did predict them to lose this game. I predicted Middlesbrough to win this match, and they go into the replay and play at the spanking new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So at least they're pushing Spurs and giving them an extra fixture that they did not want. Suffering from injuries, and they didn't want to play an extra game. They didn't. Mourinho, maybe he's losing his mojo. I saw something that said Mourinho could actually he won't last. I think said he won't last 2020. It could be true. It could be true. It could definitely be true. With results like this, it could happen. Middlesbrough 6 shots at goal, 4 on target. They did have their chances. Spurs 14 shots at goal, 4 on target. But for Middlesbrough used 2 midfielders as centre backs, and the goalkeeper Mejias has not featured for Middlesbrough in 4 years, and he pulled off some really good save. I could remember a shot. I can't remember if it was Lucas Moura who got a shot off, and the man pulled off an acrobatic save. He kept Middlesbrough in this game, and they get a replay. And I know they'll be appreciating going to the spanking new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to play that game. Paddy McNair was really good in that game. Then we had Patrick Roberts, he's not a former, but he is Man City's loanee. Just left Norwich, went to Middlesbrough, and he featured in the game. Also, Lucas Namacha on loan from City as well, who was also on loan at Wolfsburg. Things didn't work out, so he's trying his hand with Middlesbrough. He featured, and he looked very, very lively on the day. So, good stuff, man. Good stuff from Middlesbrough. Wish them all the best in the next round. But Spurs, man, you gotta beat Middlesbrough. You played a strong team. But I don't know about the Ryan Sessegnon starting so many games, you know. Ryan Sessegnon is overrated. He's really overrated. He's not producing. You got to produce Ryan Sessegnon. Heung-min Son came back from his suspension. He looked sharp in the game, failed to score. Lucas benefiting from Kane's absence once again, and he come up with the goods. Christian Eriksen, he's rumored to be moving to Inter or United or Real Madrid, wherever he goes. Serge Aurier was there. I think he was the man who crossed that ball in. I heard that Spurs are in for a right back too, and also a left back. Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Dye at the back, Winks, Ali. They played a strong team. Gazaniga, they played a strong team. Brought Eric Lamela, Giovanni Lo Celso off the bench. They only used 2 subs. I would have liked to see Troy Parrott in the team. Troy Parrott is a striker, I heard. He's a striker. Why didn't Mourinho give Michel Vorm a match? Like, come on, you guys brought him in and you're not playing him. Michel Vorm deserves a game for Tottenham. Guys, we need a petition for Michel Vorm to get a match. He was at Tottenham for years and he hardly played. So I would have liked to see Michel Vorm and Troy Parrott or even Japhet Tanganga in the team. These are the guys from the bench. But well played, Middlesbrough. Well played to Mr. Woodgate and your team there. All the best in the replay. Next match, guys, you know I like to leave the Liverpool thing for last because it seems like more Liverpool people watch my videos than any other team. So I leave that one for last. And thank you guys for just sticking around and listening to me going through all the matches. I give every team some attention, at least. But let's talk about the Man City versus Portvale match. City 4, Portvale 1. Alexander Zinchenko opened the scoring. The 19th minute, that was a deflected goal. And it came off the leg of Mr. Leg. Mr. Leg. He was putting his leg in the way of everything. You know what I'm saying? And then Tom Pope, the man who has been in the news for, you know, his Twitter things and his, you know, Twitter fingers, he scored a brilliant header. A brilliant header in the 35th minute, and that was crossed in by Mr. Amu, who the commentator said is a former Liverpool youth player. So making Liverpool proud out there, man. Amu, that was a really good cross. And Zinchenko and Angelino, who was playing on the left-hand side, didn't mark the guy too well. And then young Taylor Harwood-Bellis in the middle, you know, he got bullied by Tom Pope there. And they equalized, and they must have felt good. I think there was 8,000 traveling fans at the Etihad Stadium. Some may say there was more Portvale fans than City fans. You know, some people may say that because they always say the stadium at the Etihad is always empty, you know. Never mind, people. People just like to talk. There's room for improvement. Let's just see it that way. Sergio Aguero scored in the 42nd minute, and that was a freakish goal. Really good crossing by Phil Foden there. Phil Foden, man of the match, of course. Man of the match. And Aguero's shot was, you know, almost cleared by Mr. Leg. But he was too late. He also got a leg on that. Then, in the second half, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I think that's his first goal. The goal was awarded to him. He scored in the 58th minute. That was kind of a freak goal. I can't remember who got the shot off, but Taylor Harwood-Bellis got the last touch, and he was onside. He was barely onside, and Phil Foden wrapped things up in the 76th minute to just put the cherry on top. He had an awesome game, and he is definitely looking like David Silva's successor. He was good. He looked really good in this game. I'm convinced. Excuse me. I'm convinced Phil Foden is the man. I would love to see him in England's squad for Euro 2020. I'm convinced Phil Foden is the man. Take Phil Foden instead of guys like Ross Barkley and Callum Wilson. Come on. England, you could do better than that. You got talented guys like Foden up in here. Man's like Foden up in here. And for one of those goals, the Foden goal, that was a brilliant crossing by Angelino. Angelino, not bad going forward at all, you know. More of a wing back than of a left back. He's better going forward than in his defense, by far. And I'd rather see him in there than Benjamin Mendy, to be honest. To be completely honest. But the way they had things set up here was like a 5-3-2. I saw it differently as a 4-2-3-1, you know, so different websites have the things set up a lot different, but it was a good performance. Claudio Bravo, even though he was beaten, you know, he looked okay in goal, to be honest. Zinchenko picking up that goal there, only his second City goal, I think. Very nice lad, very nice. When I see him, I'm like, this Ukrainian guy is nice. When compared to that nasty Ukrainian guy at my job, man, oh my God. Zinchenko, listen. Every time I say Zinchenko, I think about that guy. I really don't like that guy, seriously. João Cancelo was really good. Taylor Harwood-Bellis is the future. You know, John Stones had a solid game. To be honest, John Stone had a solid game despite Tom Pope saying he could put 50 goals past him in a season. He had a solid game. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva had good games as well. David Silva came back from injury, and Sergio Aguero, you know, reliable up top as usual. Off the bench, Tommy Doyle came off the bench late, and Riyad Mahrez. Pep Guardiola did not make any more substitutes, but it was a clinical performance. It was a really good performance to put us into the 4th round. And we want to be in the 4th round. We don't want to get knocked out to focus on the Premier League. The Premier League is gone. It's gone. It's way gone. I've come to terms with it. It's gone. We have to focus on defending our FA Cup title and our Carabao Cup title. We play United on Tuesday in the first leg, and we gotta win these games. We gotta win this tie against United. We must win, because we will face Leicester or Aston Villa in the final and retain our Carabao Cup trophy. It will be silverware. We won't get the Premier League, but at least we will get our hands on the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, or even the Champions League. Who knows? Who knows? Who the hell knows? But we had 25 shots at goals, 10 on target, 79% possession, 890 passes with a 92% pass accuracy. The boys played well. The boys played well. Comparing to Portvale's 4 shots at goal, 1 on target, the one that went in, of course. They had 21% of the possession, 249 passes, 69% pass accuracy. They mostly defended. And they didn't do too bad, because this could have been a 6 or 7 or 8-1, because we have done it to teams in the past. So big round of applause to Port Vale. They got to take some pictures in the Man City dressing room, state-of-the-art dressing room. I bet they don't have things like that at Port Vale. So I'll do the same. I would have done the freaking same, and they would have relished every moment they got to play at the Etihad Stadium against the champions of England, the back-to-back champions. But they'll be dethroned this season. But guess who? Guess who? Liverpool! Liverpool. But guys, that's my recap of the City Port Vale match. Nothing more to add. Like, we were expected to beat this team. I predicted us to beat this team, and we played well. Played very well with a lot of youngsters in the team. And guys like Gundogan and Cole got to, you know, start. David Silva reintroduced in the team. Aguero getting some good game time. Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, and Fernandinho especially getting some rest. But let's move on to the Merseyside derby. The Merseyside derby. I will be putting a timestamp so that the people who want to watch the Liverpool part could actually skip forward. So if you're watching this right now and you press the timestamp, hello, welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. So let's talk about the Liverpool versus Everton FA Cup 3rd round clash, where I predicted Liverpool to win, of course. They have not lost a Merseyside derby at Anfield since 1999, since the last millennium, 2 decades ago. 2 freaking decades ago. So I wasn't going to predict them to lose this one. Like, do I look stupid? Like, even though Klopp went out there and fielded his kids along with a few of the other experienced guys, and Carlo Ancelotti basically threw the kitchen sink at this match, Everton still lost at Anfield like I predicted. It's that simple. But let me take a brief moment to talk about the lineups. But before I talk about the lineups, guys, before I go on any long, I should have mentioned that the Premier League had staggered kickoff times 1 minute after the scheduled kickoff to bring awareness to mental health. Mental health is very, very important. You know, guys, if any one of you guys out there ever going through some things and you just want someone to talk to, someone to ask a question or some advice, my email is in the description box. It's very serious. I'll respond. Okay? So let us move on. Lineups. Liverpool. Adrian was spectacular in the match. He was spectacular. Checking my notes here. Calvert-Lewin had a shot. saved by Adrian. Holgate had a chance, saved by Adrian. Richarlison had a good shot, saved by Adrian. And this is all in the first 30 minutes of the match where Everton, they looked dominant. They were stamping their authority on the game, and they had to because they had the seemingly better team on paper. So, note I said on paper because the end result does not say that. Everton, in the end, this was a morale-crushing loss because they came out thinking that they're going to win this game and stay in the FA Cup, but they're out. And it's a good thing. They could focus on the Premier League. Seriously. But I'm telling you, man, Adrian was good in the first half. He was really, really good in the first half where Everton, they were the dominant force in the first half. And I don't think anyone who would disagree with this, you didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game. Liverpool did get possession of the ball, but they weren't really doing much with it. Everton, to be fair, they dominated and they should have scored. Liverpool's young, inexperienced defense showed their blunders early, and Adrian was there to back it up. That's his job. So Adrian, man, you did good. You did good, and you're proving to West Ham United that they made a huge mistake that Liverpool obviously pounced on. It's an obvious thing. So, Adrian, good game. Nico Williams, oh man. Nico Williams at right back, really good game. Nico Williams should be the backup to Trent Alexander-Arnold next season. You know, when Liverpool, they win the league. When they win the league and they all happy and everything is great, and they're gonna, revamp the team and they're gonna come fresh for the 2020-21 season. You got mans like Nico Williams, Trent Alexander-Arnold in the fullback positions. And if we could go over to left back where Milner played, he picked up an injury early. So shout outs to Milner. He was a former Man City player. Wish him a speedy recovery. He joins the casualty list for Liverpool. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing for them. But when they have mans like Nico Williams and Yasser Larouci in the under-23 setup, it's no problem for Klopp. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because the young man came in and he was good in the game. Larouci was good in the game. The young Frenchman was good. The other day, Jurgen Klopp was saying the reason why he don't have French players in his team is because they're too expensive. Mamadou Sakho was the last Frenchman to be in the Liverpool first team setup. You got one. Yasser Larouci. So remember the name. And he should be promoted to be Andy Robertson's backup. That's just, honest thoughts from a non-Liverpool fan. I, Dominic Rich, will forever walk alone. You guys remember that. Nat Phillips coming back from his loan at Stuttgart. He filled in the back and he did good. Poor Sepp Vandenberg though. That would have been his spot, but Nat Phillips got to get the game time because, with Lovren and Matip injured, and who knows if Gomez or Van Dijk get a little niggle, you have Nat Phillips with the game time to fit. But he had a solid match. Gomez, he was a senior man back there and he did well. Clean sheet. Adam Lallana doesn't get all the props he deserved, but Adam Lallana had a brilliant game and he was all over the place. Which is a good thing. He had a brilliant game. Pedro Chirivella, he was the man on spot kick and dead ball duties on the day with the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Chirivella did good. Chirivella did what he had to do. Curtis Jones, man. Man's like Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, you are officially the player of the FA Cup third round. You and Phil Foden are up there as the player. And there's a few more players who scored hat-tricks and stuff like that. Throw them in. But Curtis Jones has stolen the show. He has stolen the show with that wonder goal set up by Divock Origi. And Origi had to be in the thick of things. Of course he was. He had a few shots saved by Pickford, but he had to be in the thick of things. He gets benefited with the assist there. Then Harvey Elliott. A quietish kind of game from Harvey Elliott, but he did his thing. I think he just turned 17 if I'm not mistaken, but the man is ready to play first team football. I said the other day, Liverpool don't even need to go and spend no big set of money on no Mbappe and no Timo Werner and all these guys. You have talent. I'm speaking sense. I'm speaking honest thoughts. This ain't have nothing to do with what team you back or what team you're a fan of. I'm a football fan, way more than I'm a Man City fan. Let's just say that. And if you love your club more than the game, well, that's you. But that's not me. That's not me. I'm being totally transparent here. These guys are good. Klopp's kids are good. And not to forget Takumi Minamino, who came off in the 70th minute. Oxlade-Chamberlain came on, and that's a positive for Liverpool too. The Ox coming back from injury. But guys, to be honest, Takumi Minamino's debut was quite uneventful. And I'm disappointed because I wanted to talk a lot about Takumi Minamino, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. Minamino, the best chance he had was a cross came in. Can't remember who crossed it, but he couldn't get his head on it. If he had got his head on it, would have been in the back of the net. But he was playing that Bobby Firmino role on the day. Takumi Minamino. Me? Nah. Me? No. But I expected, you know what? Let's not be too hard on him. He came off to a big standing ovation, in front of the Liverpool crowd. And I bet you guys, Liverpool fans are very, very happy to have him amongst, your ranks. So that's it for the players who review. Ryan Brewster came on for a little cameo, and I mentioned the other substitute Larouci, but guys like Sadio Mane, Jordan Henderson, Keanu Hoover, and Kelleher, and could never say his first name, weren't needed. They weren't needed. For Everton, Moise Kean came off the bench. He had one of the best chances of the second half. Bernard and Fabian Delph, the former Man City player. So Everton, man, it seems like in the second half, they were a total shadow of themselves from the first half. It was just like Everton got worse as the game progressed. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Liverpool outplayed Everton in the second half. They got outplayed completely in the second half. And that Curtis Jones goal was the moment I was actually waiting for all weekend, where I got to react to it. And you know, your boy's there for the big moments. You have to be there for the big moments. Remember that. Remember that. Go check out the video on the channel where I reacted to that goal, and I was in awe. It was an impressive strike. I saw something that Curtis Jones said he's been begging, literally begging to come on. When he's been on the bench in the Premier League matches, he's been begging to come on, but he had his opportunity and he impressed. So to involve him a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So guys, that brings it to an end. I think I'm running out of time on the video right now. Just got some kind of message, so I don't want to go on much longer. But congrats to Liverpool. It's a big win. And they continue to get the better of their blue neighbors, Everton, who was quite poor. As for stats in the game, quick stats in the game, Liverpool 12 shots at goal, 5 on target, 58% of the possession, 501 passes, 81% pass accuracy. For Everton, 11 shots, 3 on target. I said 3 goals, like what am I thinking? 42% of the possession, 378 passes, 72% pass accuracy. They had mans like Richarlison playing, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who had a few opportunities, failed to, pounce on him. Theo Walcott, who did not look too bad in this game. Jibril Sidibe, who had an off game. Seamus Coleman. Yerry Mina, the Colombian. Mason Holgate. Luca Dina. Gylfi Sigurdsson. Morgan Schneiderlin. Jordan Pickford in goal, who had to go pick the ball out the back of the net from that nasty Curtis Jones. Curler. Curl it like Curtis, as one of you guys said in the comments. But guys, it's your boy Dominic Rich. A long ass video, 40 minutes. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you stopping by to check out the video. Really appreciate it, guys. You don't even understand. I've been putting in the work 2019 into 2020. I like to thank OneFootball very much for motivating me to just become this beast that I am today. And if you guys don't understand what I mean by the OneFootball thing, is you'll understand. Just go check out the video that I made on the Wolves. I can't even remember, but I explained it. I think it's the Wolves, Liverpool, City, Everton video, I think. Go check it out and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's a cool story. Dig up for it. But I can't remember where I said it. But let's just say OneFootball, they kind of try to, lowball me and motivated me at the same time. But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to visit cardsplug.com/DominicRichFC. Use the coupon code DominicRichFC to get 15% off if you do decide to buy something. Leave a like for the video. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So Liverpool kids have a very bright future. Man City's kids have a very bright future too. Phil Foden, Howard Bellis, Angelino, still very young. Eric Garcia, Tommy Doyle, and company. There's not a lot, guys like Adrian Bernabé and Portvale and these guys, but Liverpool's youngsters are obviously they getting more opportunities. You know what I mean? But guys, from my boy Dominic Rich, thanks for watching this video. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. That didn't come out good. Rich Squad.